What's up, everyone? So today I have a very exciting update. By the time you're watching this, my Etsy shop is going to be officially open, and the Vital Watch is going to be available for order. And that's right, I said order and not pre-order because in a weird turn of events, I somehow managed to get all of my USB-C adapters early, as well as my watch glass, all individually packaged, but I was able to get those way earlier than my expected ship date, and I wanted to take this time to kind of understand the production process as I go, and that gives me a chance to get these out earlier to you all as well. What I'm going to be doing is we're going to spend the first 5 minutes getting into the important stuff because I know most people don't stick around for longer than 5 minutes, and then we'll talk about some other stuff later. So, first and foremost, how can you get one of these and what's going to happen? So, I have 70 of the do-it-yourself kits. I have 20 of the conversion services, and then I have one fully completed Vital watch from a brand new Vital bracelet, and that's this guy right here. So what's going to happen is I'm doing it in a first come first serve basis, which means that the guys who order them first are probably going to see these as soon as next week, and then the people who order those later down the line are going to be getting them, at any point in time, and you could see it as late as middle to late May as I originally projected because that was my original plan. So this gives me a chance to really push out the product early and kind of understand how long it takes for me to actually fully complete a Vital watch, if I can kind of get an assembly line going. I've never really done a large-scale production like this, so it's kind of my first time, and I hope that you guys can understand as I go. I'm learning with you, and I also need to prioritize the ones that are going to be converted by myself. So the ones that I have to just work on and then send out to you guys and things like that, I have to make sure that those are out the door as soon as possible, and then we'll go from there. A lot of people have been asking, will there be multiple waves? The answer to that will probably be yes, because I do see these things selling relatively quickly, but I'm not 100% sure. I just want to make sure that I establish enough capital for it to be justified to order more product for me to keep making these things as I go. And then if, we get to the point where I sell the first 50 of these really quickly, then yeah, I'll place the order now. And then by the time another wave comes in, I should be nearing the end of production for the first wave, and then we can kind of just keep going like that. I also intend on making some kind of I don't know if I want to make a Google Sheet or some way for you guys to figure out where I am in the order process. That way you guys can see where you are in line, essentially. And then I'm going to keep all of my communication channels super open, so any questions or comments on YouTube or Facebook, I'm more than happy to answer. The best way to reach me is going to be directly through Etsy. I'm going to leave all my notifications on for that, and if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about literally anything, please let me know. The FAQs are in each product as well when you go in the Etsy shop, so the description kind of talks about some things that you guys may have questions about. There's also going to be the installation video that is going to be posted the same time as this video, and hopefully that answers most of the questions. But I think with all that being said, the Vital watch is ready to go. I am super excited to get all of these shipped out, and yeah, this again is going to be the production model. Do keep in mind, again, it is still 3D printed with FDM. That means that you will still see layer lines and you will still see stuff like that. I will show you the one I've been wearing for a week for a better look at the production model and how much damage it can take and things to be careful with. And yeah, so that's all the big stuff, right? That's all the stuff that I wanted to clear out now. For the people on my mailing list, thank you so much. Full disclaimer, full disclosure here. Everybody who's on that mailing list is going to be receiving this email early, or this video early, so they technically are going to have a head start. I think I'm going to give them probably a 12-hour head start, and then if you're watching this video and they're sold out, then I'm sorry. You'll probably see another run here shortly, and there'll be more further updates kind of going forward. It's the least I can do for people who are dedicated and actually buying this product, because I really wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for them. So moving on to some other stuff, some frequently asked questions, like what the heck is this? This is the result of my last water resistance test. I have made some changes to the body. Where's my other piece? It's probably in front of me, isn't it? Whatever. I made some changes to the body of the actual Vital bracelet itself, or a Vital watch, so that if I pop this gasket out real quick. These are still not water resistant, mind you. Don't expect water resistance on these at current. But this whole slot here with the USB-C port is now fully enclosed, and you can see here there's no gap in material like there was before. You may or may not remember in the original model there was actually this gap here that's not the USB-C port. You can see these two areas. And the reason is that the back plate, which I have no idea where it is, the back plate was actually so dense that it would basically remove material here. So I had to like cut pieces off in order for this to fit a large USB-C cable. And I eventually worked around it, and oh, here's the cap. This is the old one, but I basically created a modified version of this so that now this is fully enclosed, except they're still not water resistant. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna run a test later where I'm gonna create these updated gaskets, and I wanna use this material called VarioSure TPU. It's very expensive, like per roll, and I have to get it shipped from Germany, and it just wasn't worth spending the extra time and money to do it quite yet, especially because water resistance has delayed this project by well over a week at this point, and I kind of just want it done. I'm kind of sick and tired of looking and messing with this thing. But I am still going to tinker with it probably at some point, and the best part is that the shell is finalized, so if something does get updated, in the future, all you'll have to buy are just like an updated cap and updated buttons, and you can swap these out super easily, which is great. So that's kind of something maybe down the pipeline. I'm not promising anything still. Don't expect anything, please. Let's actually use this one because I think it's cool. Some other questions and comments about the Vital watch itself. People have been asking me about, I don't know if this one's gonna fit. People have been asking me about like colors and stuff. So I looked at the results of the surveys, and a vast majority of people just prefer the black Vital watch. And also, when ordering more black Spydermaker filament, they're actually out of stock. So I had to use a different filament, and as a result of that, I don't really want to play too much with production settings. So your only option is going to be black. I'm sorry for like the 7 people who wanted iron blue, and like the 7 people who wanted mauve. It's not happening. It's too much to deal with right now. At some point in time, maybe I'll sell like custom buttons or something like super cheap. But just right now, it's just going to be all black. That's just how it's going to be. I'm sorry. You still have the option to use your own custom wristbands and stuff. So hopefully that will, and custom logos. So you'll be able to do that. Actually, let's talk about custom logos. So as you can see here, they're not painted, right? Like this is just my regular logo, and it's very hard to see. It's very faint. I'm not painting these, period. I'm not good at painting. I wish I still had some of my failed ones. Like this one here took me at least 6 or 7 tries, minimum. I'm not good at painting. You don't want me to paint this, I promise. But I will do custom logos for you guys to emboss, and you guys can paint yourself. The custom logos, by default, I've provided the Thingiverse link in each of the description if you want to make your own custom faceplate as well, or custom screen cover. If you do that and you provide me the custom screen cover, I will print it for you for free. If you don't do that and you want me to just make the logo and everything, I am charging an extra $5 because it does take me time, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, to be real with you. But I will make those for you as long as you provide me a DXF or a black and white PNG image. If they're not either one of those, I will send it back to you and say, hey, can you revise this? And then I also have the right to reject anything that I find crass or unacceptable, or if it's just the wrong format and you refuse to work with me, because I'm a relatively busy person and I just don't want to be dealing with file formats. So I hope that doesn't sound rude. It's just I've done stuff like this before, and it's not worth the effort if people aren't willing to put the time in. So custom logos are a thing. You can do that. Let's talk about the shell. So this is my old shell. And this one I wore for approximately 6 days or so. And let me see if I can show you. This is the total damage after 6 days. It's actually pretty normal and minimal here. This is actually just more of the watch itself, because this model was not printed the best. Let me see if I can show you here some scuffs. Not really. The only real big scuff I had was actually on the bezel right here. You can see here that there's like, let's see if this will zoom in, maybe not, or focus. Right here, it took a little bit of a scuff, and that's about it. And you can see it, like, it's a little bit lighter, but realistically, this thing held up. Oh, and you can see like a little scuff here. And it really only shows up when I'm like shining it in the light. If I'm just like going about my day, I don't really notice or care. But yeah, honestly, the big thing too, I don't really care if this thing gets dinged up as long as my screen doesn't get messed up, and my screen's always been fine. So I'm super happy with this, but I wanted to show you guys a full disclaimer of like what's happening when you get one of these. Another thing, and this may excite people, this may make people apprehensive, I don't know, but I did try a resin print as well. So this is in SLA resin. I've never printed in resin. This is my first ever print, so please ignore the quality of this. But yes, there are no layer lines, which is cool. But this resin scuffs so easily, and it doesn't go away. I mean, it kind of goes away, but not really. And then like it has this ugly finish that is kind of just gross. And I know before the resin nerds get mad at me, there are other resins, and there's different types, and you can get like tough resins, and you can get like tensile or like tenacious resin, and you know there's like Ceratec blue and stuff like that. Like I get it, there are other resins, that's cool, but even past that, the resin prints, they're kind of a pain in the butt to process, and all of my tolerances are wrong because FDM naturally shrinks when printing, resin expands when printing, and that screws all of my tolerances up. I'm going to be goofing around with this, but I don't see myself really doing the Vital watch in resin. I plan on keeping this because some of you on my Discord have like spoke to me. I am a web admin for a jewelry business, and my partner in business and I thought it'd be really cool to use SLA resin for custom molds and wax casting and stuff like that for jewelry. So we'll probably be keeping the printer, but yeah, this didn't work, so not happening. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, a lot of people have been talking about my case. So this is my little pocket dim case that I have. It's tiny. Like, to put this in perspective, here is the Vital bracelet shell itself. Like, it's tiny and it's super thin. It holds 4 dim cards inside. And I haven't even messed with volume 1 yet. Like, I have not even plugged it into my Vital bracelet because it's just been taken apart 20 million times and I still don't have that many Digimon. So this is the case, just closes like that. Looks like a little Zippo lighter, has my logo on the back. People have been curious about this and they're like, hey, are you gonna make these? Are you gonna sell them? Honestly, I made this for myself, just like really quick. I drafted this in like 20 minutes. But people really seem to dig it. If you guys are interested in a case like this, that, you know, it fits in like your little coin pocket in your jeans, like in the little top section. It's seriously super tiny. I can't stress it enough. It's tiny. Like, this is my mouse. It's tiny. What's a better? Here's the Impulse City. It's tiny. I love it. I love this thing. It's actually the same. I think it's slightly smaller than the Vital watch. Whatever. If you guys are curious on this thing and you want to see more of this, not really more of it, but if you want to see this in my shop, let me know. I think it'd be kind of cool. It's just going to be matte plastic. Somebody gave me the suggestion of having like a different top and bottom part based on a set. So like there'd be like an EX Agumon Gabumon one where it would be like blue and orange. There'd be a Volcanic Beat one where it'd be like that kind of like weird kind of white, off-white color and like red or blue or something. Maybe have writing here. I don't know. That'd be cool. Or I'd just keep it like this and then you guys can just buy this case because it's super convenient and I love it. So that's that. That's what this is. What else? Oh yeah, somebody also mentioned, I wanted to give a shout out because I don't know who said it in the survey, but thank you to whoever said to create a little notch over here. So this thing is actually notched. You can see it in the installation video, but it is totally flush now. So whoever gave me that suggestion, thank you so much. I used it. I loved it. Great idea. 10 out of 10. Yeah. I think that's everything. I just want to say again, thank you to everybody who has been super supportive of this project. You will definitely see more of these as time comes. I think I'm done making Vital watch videos for a while. I will probably give you guys like updates about some other stuff. I do plan on doing other Vital bracelet type videos in the future. Specifically, where is this guy. Oh, let's talk about this real quick. Somebody also had the suggestion of taking the screen off of a vinyl bracelet, right? And then, not the screen, but the spacing, the spacer here. There's this little, there are these pieces right here that are on the screen and the NFC tag, and somebody gave the suggestion to remove these to save space and to make the vital watch even thinner. Unfortunately, this, believe it or not, is actually not that much thinner than what the spacer on, because what happens here is that to set this thing like fully flush, like even like that, this spacer does a remarkably good job at doing that. And the only size gain you're gonna get is if you look right here, there's that little divot and there's that clear piece. The clear piece sits in here for the NFC reader, like so. And this is the only actual saving you get. So you get approximately a millimeter, maybe 1.5 millimeters of savings. And it just wasn't worth me doing for other people because, again, there are hundreds of you guys who want to do this yourself, and I don't know if hundreds of you are going to feel comfortable peeling off the screen, peeling off the NFC tag, and then, you know, doing this, and then having it sit uncomfortably. It just wasn't really worth it. So that's why I didn't do that. I know that's a thing. I know you can do this, but also, like, my watch has to sit level, and this also acts as a level, so it's just not worth the extra millimeter, in my opinion. For maybe myself, as a personal project, I would totally do something like that, and I would try to make the slimmest watch possible, you know, and like swap the battery out for something smaller or something with different dimensions, and then make something else. But yeah, that's just not happening. I do want to talk about swapping stuff out though, because a lot of you guys have been asking about the heart rate sensor. A lot of you guys have been asking about some other stuff. As I mentioned, I broke my heart rate sensor. This is actually another one I broke off, and I was able to solder it back, right? So this is my personal one. It's not on, but if you look here, oh, I didn't turn it on. Please turn on. Oh, it's on, okay. But like, let's just do this real quick. Anyways, my point is my heart rate sensor works now, right? So if I go, I don't even have a Digimon in here. I moved them all because I was afraid of something happening. So like, if you look here, my heart rate sensor works, right? Like you can see it. And it does like the big flashes. Everything works. But I had this idea, since I'm confidently able to solder in a new heart rate sensor, I thought about buying a third-party heart rate sensor with a similar pin output and then seeing if it is compatible, just for fun, just to see if it would work. I thought about also taking a giant battery, like a 20,000 milliamp hour battery, and then slapping it and basically making this like tube of a vital watch that's just like battery, and the heart rate sensor is just going to be like a beam that sticks out. You have to stick your finger, just as a joke, and I'd call it the vital meme. I did also try putting a vibration motor onto the vital watch to see if like I can replace the sound with a vibrator. It didn't work. Totally failed. This is a different brand. I tried a different kind of vibrating motor. Didn't work. The reason I tried this is because I used Pokemon's Pokeball Plus, which I don't know where I have it anymore. It's somewhere in my office. But I took the motor from the Pokeball Plus and I soldered it onto the vital bracelet, and that worked. The speaker worked and the vibration worked at the same time. But I think that has to do with, in fact, that the vibration motor for the Pokeball Plus is also a speaker. And I think it's just looking for a speaker and it doesn't know what to do with the vibration motor, and that was just like a bonus effect of the other one. So, I don't know, some stuff that I'm going to play with in the future. I also plan on doing a vital bracelet review, like an actual genuine review, and my personal opinions of the vital bracelet. Obviously, I love that thing, and I genuinely think there are problems. Being the guy who has made the vital watch, I have some very biased opinions, but I wanted to kind of just give my take because I like this thing a lot, and I want people to really enjoy the product. Whether or not they buy the vital watch, I don't care, but I think I wanted to give what I feel is a more real review compared to the stuff I've seen on the internet so far. A lot of them have just been like overviews, which is fine, but I wanted to kind of just give my 2 cents. Other than that, yeah, I think after those, I'll probably be done with vital bracelet stuff. I just want to use the thing and enjoy it and have fun. If you guys have suggestions on like other videos that I should make, please let me know, because I think after this, I'm just gonna, you know, kind of do my thing. I do have in case people are talking about, do I have like an Instagram or stuff? No, I should probably make an Instagram though, just for development and things like this, because I do at some point plan on making other projects, maybe vital bracelet related, maybe not. I do want to make clear cases for stuff, maybe like clear cases for the dim cards, clear cases for the watches. One of the cool things about the resin that really inspired me was that the black resin here is actually translucent. So if I take this light, oh, that was bright. But like you can kind of see through it. Like look at that, that's so cool. And I know that there are like fully translucent resins. So I wanted to use like fully translucent resin down the road. So that's something for later too. And then maybe, you know, we'll see like different color vital watches and stuff. Although this is going to be harder to make translucent, I just might not do it. I do plan on doing like custom arcade sticks as well, if anyone's interested in that. I do plan on making like my own custom hitbox. I have a few already, but I want to make one hitbox to kind of rule them all. So I have one that actually I've made out of walnut, like an actual solid block of walnut, and I milled it, if anyone's interested in that. But yeah, there'll be other stuff down the road. Don't expect all Digimon. Oh, I have a Twitch, if anyone is interested in like Monster Hunter. People who know me on Discord, this project has been delayed by a few days because if I do have free time, sometimes I'm just playing Monster Hunter. I apologize. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, I'm at the same name, at VeekXP. And if you guys have any questions about anything with the Vital Bracelet or Vital Watch, then give me a holler. I'll be around. It's going to be super fun. I hope you guys will get a hold of these things, and I hope you guys love them as much as I do. And I don't know. I really genuinely am so excited to get this out for people. I want to see these on social media and stuff. I think it's going to be sweet. So thank you guys again. Thank you all for your support. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Peace.